So you want to be a content creator. Cute. Until the views don't match the effort. The followers are not following. The subscribers are not subscribing. And the algorithm stays humbling you. And then you start to ask yourself, why am I even doing this? Yeah, welcome to my life right now. If you've ever felt unmotivated, uninspired, stuck, or it just feels like your creativity has packed its bags and left you behind, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Hawa Ibrahim, and if you're seeing my face for the first time, welcome to the channel. Here we talk about all things self-love, self-improvement, and leveling up. So if that's something up your alley, definitely consider subscribing. You'll love it here. Now let me be real with you. I have been doing content for a while now, and by a while I mean over a decade. I've done TV, I've done radio, I've done red carpet. I have been in front of a camera since post-uni. Yeah, I have burnt the midnight candle, which is why sometimes it kind of feels like it's not adding up. And you look at your journey over the years, the time you've put in, the effort you've put in, and it almost feels like the people that even aren't putting in as much effort are just flying across, right? Do you feel that way too? Now, it's not even just about the numbers. It's the amount of work that actually goes into creating good content, valuable content, which is what I pride myself in creating. I have started a business ever since I moved to Canada, and it's also creating content for brands and entrepreneurs. And the funny thing is, with that business, it's going great. Thank God for that. And so I find myself asking, why am I able to create great content for other entrepreneurs or other brands and other people, and it does great numbers on their pages? When I manage social media for other people, it's doing amazing, thanks to God. But when I do it for myself, it's not adding up. Do you get it? And it just got me to a point where I got frustrated. I just didn't want to create any longer. I really just didn't like the look of my face on a camera screen. Yeah, I said it. So I had to remove myself in order to see things clearly. It led me to the question, why am I frustrated right now? What is the root cause of this frustration? What can I learn from this? What is this moment trying to teach me? Or am I going to just be in a creative rut forever? That's the point of this video. So if this video just helps one person, just one person, I'm happy. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the ways that I have been trying to get motivated and inspired again. Now, before we get into the practical steps of how to get out of a creative rut, let's talk about why you got to that point in the first place. What led you there? What were the things that you've had enough of that you're like, you know what, I'm done doing this? I sat with it for a while, and then I'm also doing like a content to cash challenge with Omar online, who is one of my favorite speakers. I hope to work with him someday. And it hit me when he said, the reason we feel frustrated is because we have an imbalance. There's an imbalance of expectation versus outcome. In our head, we think if we're putting in a certain amount of work, then we should be getting a certain amount of result. But the truth is, sometimes the amount of work you're putting in does not necessarily translate to what you get out of it, which is what leads to the frustration. I'll give you an example. I have been in the media for over 10 years now. And by now, I thought I would be a household name. But the universe said, think twice. That's not the plan I have for you. And I think that it is that constant struggle of expectations versus outcome that leads us to that frustration that eventually leads us to the creative rut. But what if we shifted our mindset and we thought about it this way? What if that work that you're putting in is actually doing its job on you? What if the work is actually working on you? What if the energy, the time, the effort, everything that you're putting in is actually supposed to be molding you into something? But you're not seeing it that way. You're seeing it as you're supposed to be getting feedback from somewhere else, either in the form of money or in the form of followers or in the form of fame. But what if all the work you're putting in was actually to build your persona. Let me use myself for an example. What if all of the time that I've been putting into being a media person, all of my time spent on the red carpet, on radio, on TV, is just molding me to become this personality that helps other brands build an online presence? That's when it hit me. That's when I had the light bulb moment. That even though your plan was to become a household name, what if that wasn't God's plan for you? What if He wanted you to go through all of that just so that you can become experienced enough to help other people become a household name? That's it. That was what hit me, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because think about it. The schooling, I did study communications in school. The internships, the late nights, the early mornings, the learning how to edit, the learning how to handle cameras, how to be a confident communicator, how to do social media, how to package social media content. What if all of this work was not intended to profit me? What if it was intended to make me somebody that could help other people? That's when it hit me like, you're not God. Why are you trying to do God's job? Even if you're not going to take anything away from this video, take this from it. Once you stop measuring your value or your worth by the number of views or by the number of followers or by the number of subscribers, the pressure lifts. All of a sudden, that heaviness in your chest, it goes away. Because now you know that even if you create content and it's just one person that watched it, the amount of work you've done to put just that content out has done so much work on you. Isn't that the whole point of it? Working so that you're a continuous work in progress, right? Say I posted this YouTube video and it only got 10 views. What does that teach me? It means that, okay, maybe I could make it better the next time. Maybe I could frame it differently. Maybe I don't need to do a sit-down video. Maybe I need to make it like a stand talking through video. Maybe I need to put some more B-rolls. Now, you're thinking of more creative ways to do it differently. And what if that's the point of it all? It means that with each piece of content that you create, there is a much more deeper work happening on inside of you. So the more you create content, the better of a content creator you become. So in order to become the best content creator, you have to continuously dish out content. It does not matter who watches it. It doesn't matter if 1 person or 200 or 2 million people watch it. You're going to keep doing it though, because the work is working on you. It is shaping you. It is making you better. And who knows? In fact, I know, I'm certain that you're going to need that work, that inner work is going to come in handy somewhere down the line. That's it. So now that I've explained that light bulb moment to you, let's talk about the practical steps to get out of the rut. Because the rut is still there. You're still feeling uninspired, even though now you know, okay, God has a plan for me. Yeah, you've accepted that it's no longer in your hands. You can't see the future and all of this work is going to come in handy at the end of the day. Yeah, we've accepted that. But how do I get out of this creative rut that I found myself in? The number one thing that helped me was to step away from it all. Yeah, just leave everything. You know what? We live to fight another day, right? And that's what I did. I just took time off. I just lived life like a normal person. I just stepped away from it and I just enjoyed my life, everyday life. I just worked and I came home and I slept. I just lived life like a regular person. Now, the second thing I would suggest is to try new things. New activities, just things to get your juices flowing. If there's an activity that you've always looked forward to doing, try it out. Something different, something new for you. For me, I tried tennis. I have been looking to try tennis for a while now, and I said, why not try it this time? So I did, and I loved it, and I'm going to keep going to that class. I also tried salsa dancing, which was great. I only went for about 2 classes, but I loved it. The third tip I'll give you here is to consume content like a creator. Yeah, consume content with a creative hat on. So I started to go back to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, just to see what's out there. I'm not trying to compare myself with them. I'm not even trying to look at them from the lens of, oh, how would I have created it if I wanted to create this kind of content? I just consumed content from an inspire me angle. Like I just wanted to get inspired. So I found solace in people like Myron Golden, Omar, just people that I thought their content was interesting and was motivated and would help me get out of this rut. So I consumed more of those content. Shout out to TikTok. TikTok is very handy with that. Everybody just picks up a phone. They don't think about the perfection of it and they just whip it out. And there's something about that that has to inspire you. The last thing I will say here is journal down why you feel this way. Yeah. Even if you're not going to journal in like a note, journal in your phone, your note app. Why do you feel this way? What was the one content that pushed you to the limit, that pushed you to that point where you're like, I'm no longer doing this? I know what content it was for me. It was a YouTube video that I posted. I put so much work into that YouTube video and it only got about 100 views. And now when I think about it, I'm like, what does that matter? In fact, somebody called me for that YouTube video. Shout out to Bimbo. She called me on that YouTube video and she was like, wow, this is so good. It was such a quality YouTube video. I took time and effort. I edited that video, packaged it right. I thought I did it well. But unfortunately, the algorithm didn't love it. So I think it got about 100 views. I didn't even look any longer. But it was that video that pushed me to the wall. And I'm like, you know what? Probably isn't worth it. And I noted that down in my journal. So note it down, journal it so that the next time this happens again, because we are creatives and time and time again, this is going to happen. But the point is you want to be able to go through your creative rut within a shorter period of time, right? You don't want to go on a creative rut for 3 months and you're just missing. Even if a creative rut is going to happen, you want to be able to control it. Like, okay, I need a break. I'll be back to creating in about 2 weeks. So note it down so that next time it happens, you can look back at what you did and the lessons you learned, and it can help you move past it when it happens again. The last thing I would like to say, because I feel like this video is already too long, is live life outside of content. Everything is not content. You don't have to take a video of every food you eat. You don't have to post a picture of every workout you did. You don't, and I'm even speaking to myself too, because I'm guilty of that. You don't have to vlog every experience of yours. It's okay to just live, right? Like regular people. Just enjoy. If you go to the movies with your friend, laugh. There's no need to record the moment. Because I feel like recording the moment sometimes ruins it. So just live life like normal people. Go to the movies, go shopping, do things that you enjoy. And slowly, the creativity will find its way. Now let me round this whole thing up by saying that I want you to know that if you're in a creative rut, you're not alone. Even the best of creators, they get into a creative rut. The point is, do not make it into a permanent thing. Have it at the back of your mind that I'm going to get back to creating again. This is just a temporary thing, and soon enough I'm going to feel like myself, I'm going to feel inspired, and I'll create again. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're a creator, tell us how you get out of your own creative rut. What pushed you to it, and how do you manage to get inspired again when you find yourself in a creative rut? Okay, now let me know if you like this YouTube video so I can create more, because you know that helps me and that helps this channel. So hit the like button, hit subscribe so I know that somebody is actually watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for listening to my rant. I love you. Bye.